Here's what's trending on Tejano TV.
¿Dónde andarán aquellos ojitos traviesos, de los cuales muchas veces yo me vi? Yo recuerdo que llorando me decían que serían solamente para mí.
Cuando el sol brille y la luna sonríe, mi corazón late por ti, mi vida. Sabes que el amor es como el viento, con cada respiro quiero sentir tu aliento.
Pero les digo yo que nadie me interesa más que tú, que te sigo adorando y que te esperaré, porque yo sé que un día volverás.
For more of the latest music videos, keep it locked into Tejano TV.
Sé que todavía me amas tú, porque...
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. Then along come two, they got nothing but genes. They got different strokes to take.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show, the half-hour special edition. Tonight, we're announcing the grand opening of the Totally Tejano Hall of Fame and Museum. We're here to talk with our special guests, Willie the Kid Cantu and Humberto Lopez of KLMO. They're here to talk about the new Totally Tejano Hall of Fame and Museum, which opens this Saturday and Sunday. So let's get on with the Three Amigos Show, the half-hour special edition.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of the Three Amigos Show. And of course, want to thank all of our sponsors. And since we're short on time, we're not going to sit there and name them all. But thank you so much for supporting all of us. Really do appreciate it. And welcome to the Three Amigos Show. I am El Mas Chingon, Juan Mendoza.
And I'm Diddly D. And our
And our
special guest
special
tonight, we have
Willie the Kid Cantu in the house.
Right on. We have, Willie the Kid Cantu is one of the board members for the upcoming Totally Tejano Hall of Fame and Museum, which is going to be opening up this Saturday and Sunday. Willie, how's everything been going, man, with that project?
Oh my God, brother. It's a lot of work. We've actually started like 2.5 years ago.
Wow.
And about a year ago, we found a building and we decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and sign the lease. And we got a 5-year lease and we're committed.
Wow.
So we finally did our pre-grand opening and that turned out well. Henry Cisneros was out there. Some of y'all saw some of the footage that we posted there in the Totally Tejano Hall of Fame and Museum website. And of course the Facebook page. So it was a great turnout. We're excited. We're moving in the right direction, but like everything else, it takes a village. It's expensive to keep moving, but we need to recognize all of our pioneers and not just the artists, but everybody, the promoters, the DJs, the recording companies and so forth. So we're trying to cover as many as we can. And I know everybody wants to get on like the first round. It's like, well, we can't put everybody on the first round because then who are we going to induct in the next 6 months and the 6 months after that?
Yeah.
But eventually, and everybody knows, like D himself, he's going to be in there. We're going to get him in there and a whole bunch of other friends because they deserve to be there. And we're eventually going to get everybody in there.
Nice. We were originally going to have Mr. Roger Hernandez on the show, but he's got some other commitments. Getting ready for the grand opening, so he apologizes. He's not going to be here with us today. And Humberto Lopez, one of the owners of K Alamo, he's going to be joining us here pretty soon. I know he's busy with some events that he has going on. I guess his kids are involved in some sports events and stuff like that, or he's a coach. So hopefully he'll join us here in just a little bit. But right now we got Willie the Kid Cantu. And this building that you're talking about, it's what did they say? It's a 5,000 square foot building.
It's a 5,000 square foot building. And yes, I do want to apologize on behalf of our president, Roger Hernandez, that uh, just got something he couldn't get away from.
Mhm.
So I said, "Are you sure? I mean, we can do it." He says, "Well, I wish I could, but go ahead and do it." So I didn't mention I'm the vice president. So second in command, something happens to Roger, I'll be the one taking all the shots after that. But yeah, it's a 5,000 square foot building. It's split almost in half, and in the front part of it, K Alamo, we Roger proposed to him that as an association, and they would be interested in moving in and renting some space for us. And
That's that little room right here in the back on the left side, if you guys can see it. That's their little, I guess, studio. Let me see where my fingers
Studio.
at. Right there, the little studio back here in the back.
right,
I saw
right.
some pictures. Big boy in there, doing a
Yeah,
show.
it's a nice cabina, and then they got a pretty good size office right next to it. They actually modified the whole thing. We extended it, they extended it out and made it bigger and put on the glass windows so when people come in, they can look and see what the DJs are doing. So
Nice.
it's exciting. We had a Tierra Tejana come in, brought us some stuff, and we put them on the air. And I was really excited. I learned a lot. I mean, through these interviews, when I interview an artist, it was myself and Adam Ace that did that interview on K Alamo,
Hmm.
and I learned a lot of things I didn't know about Tierra Tejana. Very impressive.
Really. I
Now,
haven't actually. I need to bring them on. We need to bring them on the show. We
Bring
have
them on the
never.
show. I'll get
Yeah.
you Pete's number, and
Nice.
yeah, they took it. Uh, I'll let them tell you what they did. Their story is very, very interesting.
Nice.
now, you mentioned that you were going to be doing inductions every 6 months.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Roger, is 81 years old. So he wants to make sure that he gets to see
Wow.
a lot of these artists get inducted. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually it's like every year they induct so
Right.
many, but he wants to do it every 6 months, and that's okay. It gives us another reason to bring people to come in, enjoy the museum another time, so they can see the next artist and the recording companies and DJs and so forth that are going to, musicians as well, that are going to get inducted into the museum.
Man,
Nice.
y'all are gonna go broke making trophies.
We need to find sponsors.
Let's see. We had you guys had a couple guests. Who's this guy right here?
I'd say Henry
Oh yeah,
Cisneros.
that's Henry Cisneros.
Former
That's our
mayor of San
pre-grand
Antonio.
opening. Henry Cisneros was there. Little Joe, Rene Ornelas, Jaime de Anda, and we all gave him some time to come up and speak. There's Little Joe right there.
Yes.
So, and
Rick.
that's the back section. That section you see right there is the front where the mannequins. You see that gold shirt in the background? That's Rick Valderrama.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the
That's Henry.
background,
That's
you
Henry.
see that gold shirt is Joe Lopez's
Oh.
mannequin.
Let me see it. I think we have
Uh huh.
this one right here. It's Joe Lopez.
Yeah, that's Joe Lopez right there. So they came in like at the last minute. That last week we were getting ready, and they brought us a lot of things, and we're very grateful to everybody. And as we add more artists, they can either give us their outfits or they can lend them to us. And if for some reason anything happens in the future, we're going to give it back to the person that donated. And a good example would be like Laura Canales.
Hmm.
Hmm.
A friend of hers, she gave him a dress. So he caught wind and said, "Hey, I got a dress of Laura Canales." So, of course, we would give it back to him because he's the one that
That
let us
owns it.
borrow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We couldn't give it to the ex-husband or one of the other relatives.
Hmm.
And so,
There'd be lawsuits and fights.
oh,
For
I'm
real.
telling you.
For
No,
real.
well, we hope this thing's going to continue for years. Once we're long gone, that the museum will continue. A long-term dream is right next to us is the Cool Crest Golf Course. I don't know if you remember that, D.
I do. I
Of
do. I
Fredericksburg.
used to go
So it's huge. I
mini
mean,
golf.
that whole facility, and the big dream is to one day buy the whole thing from them, and make it bigger. You
Expand.
know. So
Oh,
Wow.
that'd be pretty good. So if D gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, I got to be careful which way I name it because I'm used to the other Hall
yeah,
of
there's
Fame.
other
Yeah,
companies,
I got to be
other
careful how I name
museums.
it because yeah, like I said, the other one. But if D gets inducted into this Totally Tejano Hall of Fame, how's it gonna go? You're gonna get a mannequin, put some braids on it.
Oh, por favor.
That's how you're gonna.
No, well, for now he won't even have a head. But I'm just kidding. Uh, what we found out, or I did some more research, is and I kind of already knew this, that they could make the actual head of the mannequin look like the artist. but it's like $700-800 a hit. So it's expensive. We're not there yet,
Yeah.
but we're gonna start offering the artists that are already there, if they want to raise some money or pay for it, so their mannequin looks like them, then we'll let them go ahead and take the expense, and we'll order the head to whatever picture they want to use.
So is this going to be like a wax figure type of deal, like
A wax figure,
Madame
yeah.
Tussauds? What is it called,
The
Madame?
Madame
face, the
Tussauds.
face will
Yeah,
be.
nice. That'd be pretty
Now,
good.
It's
now, just
exciting. I can't wait till we actually have there and all the mannequins have a face or an actual head that looks like the artist.
now, this has got to be a huge endeavor because first off, inducting. How many people are you? I mean, the initial induction. How many people are you going to induct into the Hall of Fame and Museum? And then, I mean, there have been so many pioneers and so many people that are of note
Sure.
in the Tejano industry
So
that,
there's two sections. Actually, there's going to be three. You have the Hall of Fame,
yeah,
and each one has its criteria. Okay. I think the Hall of Fame, one of the criteria is you have to be the first at something.
ah,
Hmm.
Okay. Like I was the first artist to release a CD. Okay. So that you met that criteria. So you could possibly get in there because you were the first artist to record a CD. So,
well, that knocks
uh,
me out. I'm not the first black guy, so darn it.
oh no, no. I mean, and then that's the Hall of Fame. Okay, so those guys will stay there all the time. Then
Okay,
you have the museum.
right.
The museum will have all the other artists, and it's got its own qualifications. And then we're gonna have another third section that's gonna be like a rotating section for you know artists that don't fit into either category. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
Well, what would that be like exactly?
uh, maybe I mean I hate to use the word one hit wonders, but guys
Oh,
that have
okay,
been for a long didn't record much, maybe a song or see and did well, and that was pretty much it. But continue playing locally or something like that. So
oh,
that would be
Okay.
a good example. We want to recognize everybody that's been in the industry for a long time.
nice. Let's see. We got some people already chiming in here. We got Juanita said, take a picture of the face and put it over the mannequin's face.
Oh, there you go. But see, somebody said that. Said, yeah, we'll just put a picture for now. But
Yeah,
we want to
rascuache,
send a shout
esto
out to all the board
rascuache.
members. I'm not going to give out all the names because I'll forget. I should have written them down so I could tell everybody.
Thank you,
Uh,
Juanita.
we have Ronnie Lucero, the second out there in Colorado. He says, "Hola, my peeps." David Hernandez out there in Houston. He says, "Hello." Shout out to everybody out there. Slick Rick is going to be going with me out there. He says, "I'm excited. I'll be there Saturday." That's right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yay!
We need to
Yes,
tell people when, what days and what time. We know it's December 6th and
So this
7th.
Saturday is the first part of the. It's just a 2 days. This Saturday and Sunday. At Saturday, we're having the ribbon cutting.
nice,
So we're hoping the mayor called to get the schedule. She's currently out of town. She's gonna try to make it. We're hoping that she
Wow.
does, and it should be awesome.
nice. That's going to be awesome. Yes, Tejano TV is going to be there. Myself and Slick Rick, we're going for the team. We're going to be out there broadcasting live. We're going to be doing some interviews. So I don't know who's all going to be there Saturday. Do you have any kind of lineup of who's going to
We
be actually showing up?
Yeah, we've
Or say
gotten some
surprise.
commitments already. Sunny Ozuna is gonna be there.
Nice,
Oh wow.
We're trying to get Ronellas to get back, but we're waiting for his response. We've got some of the guys from Los Únicos. I
oh
Yeah.
think
wow,
Balde was it Balde? Was he from that? I know he played with several other bands.
Yeah.
yeah,
Balde Munoz, is that his name? Balde Munoz,
Valde
and I
Munoz, I
think
think,
he's
yeah,
gonna be there as well. We have Patsy Torres coming,
Yeah.
nice,
and so we do have some commitments from the artist. Tierra Tejana is going to be in the house. I
oh
think all the
nice,
whole band's going to show up. So if
wow.
you guys are looking for an opportunity to take a picture, that it's going to be awesome.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of pictures. We're gonna flood the Facebook with pictures, and we're gonna interview them there on the spot too. So it's gonna be awesome.
And we
And
have a meet and greet. So we're going to set up the artists to have like a table where people can come up if
Mhm.
they bring pictures to give out, or if you have your own album or CD or something you want to get autographed. This is the opportune time to do it. Um, it's gonna be good. We're excited. We're gonna have the artists come out at around 1 p.m. and talk to the people about their history. And some of them are pretty entertaining. So you'll see some that'll stay a little bit longer than others. And we're hoping Jaime de Anda también was gonna make it. He was there the first time, so I think he's coming back.
Now, this is the grand opening, the 6th and 7th. Are there going to be normal operating hours, like Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 or something like that?
Yes. So we haven't really tied down what times we're going to be open, like nine, like you said, 9 to 5 and so forth. And that's going to be our next step is get committed and go, set it up. But we'll have it all wrapped up soon.
Nice. We do have an actual message here from Roger Hernandez here. He did a little clip that got posted on Facebook. So let's go to play this real quick. This is Mr. Roger Hernandez himself.
¿Qué pasa, raza? The time has come to give you some great Tejano breaking news. My name is Roger Hernandez, and I am here to tell you about the first and only Tejano Music Museum to open up in San Antonio. And I am talking about opening up right before the end of 2025. Part of our 5,000 square foot building will be filled with artifacts and memorabilia that is coming in from all over, from Little Joe, Sonny Ozuna, Laura Canales, Joe Bravo, Roberto Pulido, Rudy T, Tierra Tejana, Johnny Hernandez, and many, many other legends. The Tony Tejano Hall of Fame and Museum will be having its grand opening in December of 2025. However, we need your help, Raza. We are a Texas nonprofit corporation, and we see expenses coming up of approximately $150,000 per year. We are asking for a donation from you for the future of this first Tejano Music Museum in San Antonio. It's never been done before. Anything you can donate to us is tax deductible. However, for donors that want to call us first, please do so. Y que viva la raza y que no se acabe Tejano Music. Muchísimas gracias.
I'm excited, man.
That's pretty good. So where did this idea come from to do this in the
Yeah.
first place?
And we actually originated around the COVID time. It was a different museum. Roger called me up, told me about doing a Little Joe museum. So we met, and that's where the idea started. Um, we were trying to buy the property for where SAS Studios used to be.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
okay.
They're like on 5 acres, and it was COVID. We
Yeah.
tried to get the financing for it. I think we went through a couple, two or three banks, and they all said the same thing. Hey, look, if you got 70% of the money, we'll lend you 30 because of the COVID, we're gonna repossess a lot of properties that we financed in the past, 4 or 5 years because they're gonna go under.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, look, if we had 70% of the money, I'm sure we wouldn't need you guys. And we figure a way to come up with the
For
other
real.
30% ourselves or do the work ourselves.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that didn't materialize. But that was the initial idea. But I think Rogers always thought about doing some kind of a museum. And that's when I got involved with them. And, it was sad to see that dream not materialize. And then he called me again. He says, hey, we got another idea. So I said, all right. But we've been meeting for the last 2.5 years. In the beginning, it was just once a month. Now, because of the pre-grand opening, we've been meeting every week trying to get it going, and it's really really impressive. I'm not even going to name any names. I went to one of the museums and I saw it, and you know, it was just a small building, real small,
Mhm.
and everything was just like all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think Rick Urriegas is doing a great job. Rick Urriegas is Mr. U. You remember Mr.
Yeah,
U?
Mr. U.
Yeah, that's his son Rick. So he's been doing a great job with all the help. I mean, some of the board members that we had doing a great job. And to name a few, if it's okay with you guys, let me see if I can remember the ones that we have now. We've got Roger, of course, his wife Marianne, the daughter. Uh, uh, she's gonna kill me. What? You frozen? You forgot my name. And her husband John and Natalie. Natalie is the daughter, and then we've got Nando. We've got Rick, and who else is in there? Of course, Humberto and Rick. We brought in a new one. Her name is Elma. And I think that's pretty much the board that we have right now. And we've had a whole bunch of other people that come through, and they're busy, so they had to move on. But we appreciate it. Most recently was Michelle. Thank you,
Mhm.
Michelle. She did a great job while she was with us. She actually talked up to a lot of the artists that are currently on display right now, and helped us get some of their artifacts and what's the other word I'm thinking of? But the artifacts and so forth.
Mhm. So when you guys start doing these things every 6 months, is there a limit on artists that you guys are going to be doing every show? Like, okay, we're going to pick 10 or 15, and that's it. That's the limit for this six
That's it,
months.
because the list is going to start getting smaller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So if
That's a
you have too
long
many,
list.
then 6 7 years from now, we're not going to have anybody to induct. So obviously those will be some of the younger artists that are moving up the ranks,
Of
and
course.
and we'll recognize them in the future.
Well, I mean, you still got. Unfortunately, you still got more posthumous, more. I guess that's the word you call
Yeah,
it. More
posthumous.
posthumous artists than you do, of course, currently still there. The legends, the 60, 70, 80 years old, if they're still around. You still got a lot of artists. That you could still mention, bring their families in.
Right.
On their behalf to accept the award or the induction on that
and
part.
and
So I
th-
mean, there's still.
and
I
that
think you're
is one
still a
of the
lot.
priorities, is to let's award some of these guys that are still alive, even
Mhm.
though they're 80,
Yes. Yes.
85 years old, and some that aren't doing anything anymore, but maybe they're in their 90s. We definitely want to recognize them before that we lose them.
Nice. So D's gonna get inducted first, huh?
Hush, hush.
Well, he's gonna have to wait another 5 years or so.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
just kidding.
But this is a huge undertaking. I mean, like Juan was saying, there are so many pioneers and legends that have passed on, and then
Right.
there are some that are still alive. That's a huge list of people that have shaped Tejano music.
Oh, you should have seen it. We had, I mean, it's not one person that makes a decision. Roger
Oh
brought this
yeah,
big list of artists, some that we hadn't heard of, and him and Humberto did the research and did a presentation. So, for some of the guys that are younger than some of us, they're just listening to whatever the stories are being told about them. So they're making their decisions based on that. And so, but we talked a little bit about inviting, maybe some DJs, other people that have been in the field for years that could come in and possibly vote. We just haven't made that decision yet.
So
now,
so okay, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say, now there's gonna be some pushback though when people say, were they really Tejano? I mean, because you got the Tejano country, you got the Tejano norteños, you got the Tejano conjuntos, you got all kinds of different genres and categories to weed through, and it's like,
And
uh,
and
some,
they're all coming through. As long as they were Tejano, I mean, you got Flaco Jimenez,
yep,
he's there. All right. One of the candidates that came up, but I don't think we were having some trying to get people. Eventually, we'll get some of his things. We just couldn't get anything right now because he recently died. Was Johnny Rodriguez?
yes,
Okay.
So, right. So he is a country singer, but he's
right,
a Tejano that crossed over. So we have the Tejano crossover category.
So
So
so guys like him, guys like Freddie Fender. I mean, he wasn't
yep,
100% Tejano. I mean, yes,
right,
he did
right.
some Tex-Mex and then country and stuff. And then you got the other guys that were with him. Augie Myers. Doug Som.
Doug Salmon,
Who were like between country rock and Tex-Mex. Stuff like
Hmm.
that. So you got those guys. So I mean, I can understand, but as long as they had the impact as much as they did in Tejano music, which they had the impact since the 60s and 70s.
Absolutely. And you have artists like I had never heard of until I got involved with the museum.
mhm,
For example, Question Mark and the Mysterians.
Question mark and
You
the
know,
right,
Mysterians.
yeah,
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 yeah, that's an English band right there. But he
right,
was a Tejano and he crossed over and did well.
He's
So
he was
we're gonna
originally
have
from
them come through
he
as
was
well.
originally from the Midwest,
Was it the
and
Midwest?
yes, I think he was originally from the Midwest, moved down, and somehow got involved with doing the 96 Tears, and
yeah.
The
called
96
himself
years.
called himself question mark because he believed in the supernatural. He believed in the aliens and the ghosts and everything else.
Hey, what's
You know,
wrong with that?
No, nothing. That's why they called him question mark.
Okay.
Rudy Martinez. That's his real name. Rudy Martinez. Question mark in the Mysterians. That's how they got their name because he believed in that supernatural and still does. I think to this day.
No, I need to ask though, because you kind of touched on it a little bit. how is the voting process done? I mean, how many people, how many members, and you know, say that we need to select this person or that person, or how is that done?
Well, initially, Raj came up with the list and asked us if we had any artists that we thought would should be on the list. And then Humberto did a presentation, and Roger did some education for the rest of us that didn't know about people like Mark and the Mysterians,
Yeah.
question Mark and the Mysterians. So that was it, and it was like almost a half the board was completely somebody else, you know.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there were people in the field that know the music industry as well. So but that's how that went, and as we go on we learn, and we modify it and so forth. Of course there's always somebody that says, hey, what about this artist? Well,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
they're going to get
there's
there,
always
they
gonna be
deserve to
that.
be there.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it on this round. God willing, we're gonna get them in on the next round. And there's just, like you said, there's so many, and everybody has their fans.
Right.
So
Mhm.
eventually they will all be in there.
So I assume that as this goes along, it'll be like not just the board of directors, but you'll get the radio station, the DJs, and you'll take a consensus
Absolutely.
for
I
the
think that'd be a great idea
candidate.
to get at least some nominations in there. Who do you think should be in the next round?
Okay, cool.
And everybody can submit. We're in our infancy, so we're just babies right now as a museum. And
Mhm.
as we grow, right now we're just crawling. Eventually, we'll start walking, get up on our feet, and then start running. But for right now, we are definitely on our knees looking for, more sponsors,
Mhm.
people that can help us pay a lot of these expenses, because there are a lot of expenses every month. Those bills keep coming; they just don't stop.
Well,
Willie come too.
as Roger said, it was 150,000 a year
Awesome. Yeah,
to,
yeah.
you know.
Willie, I hope you enjoyed this half hour of being put under the spotlight and having to answer all these questions. But you did a great job, man, because I'm excited about this whole project. Not just because I might be a future nominee for induction, but because it's time that it's always been time that we recognize great Tejano artists and people who have stuck through it through thick and thin, created their music, and they had a great following of fans and deserve it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and we're not quite there yet, but it's a nice museum, but we want to make it a first class digital video everything.
Mhm.
Uh, so when people go and they go, oh my God, is that little Joe? I love some of his pictures with this long hair, so I visualize his mannequin to be the one when he had that long hair with that little bandana on his head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the hippie style from the
Mhm.
'60s. And Little Joe's a good friend of mine. I love him, my brother. I mean, we want to get everybody to look like they did when they were on stage.
Okay.
So, one last question, real quick.
Yes, sir.
So the overall show itself, when you start doing these inductions, are you going to do them there at the museum, or is it going to be a different hall on this big stage and invite them to come out or something? Because eventually you're going to want an audience, and the audience is
Well,
going to want to be there for this.
absolutely.
Ooh,
Right now, we just can't afford it. So we even want to do kind of like a big old presentation, or a not a fanfare but festival out there at Market Square.
yeah.
They've already been contacting us. Hey, we want you guys to use the Market Square facility and do something here. Thank you, City of San Antonio.
That'd be
We
cool.
definitely want to do something out there, not just to present our current stars, but the up and coming stars as well.
Yes, exactly. I think that's an important thing. Recognize, well, not recognizing right now, but get these
Advancing.
up and coming artists, and bring them up, educate them on the history, because I think the history is being lost at a certain point. We need to
Right.
educate the up and coming artists on this history, the Little Joes, Ruben Ramos, and Sonny and the Sunliners and the Sunglows and everything else back then and there. So we need to educate these guys, and I think that's perfect to have these guys come out and get a little bit of education on that,
Right. That
especially the
was one
younger
of my
artists.
recent ideas, that one, we want to incorporate some classes for the young ones. I mean, the extremely young ones that want to learn how to play the bajo, want to learn how to play the accordion,
Mhm.
and maybe even open it up to mariachis or something else, so they can
Yeah.
come in and take some classes there. And then, of course, the ones that are already starting thinking about recording, have some of the record companies come in and let them know, hey, look, this is what you need to work on. If you're going to be a composer, you need to learn that you got to how to copyright your material,
Mhm.
and so forth. And like you said, educate them so they'll know what's coming, what it's going to
Yep.
cost.
Yeah, it's a
And
lot.
so
Well, I'm looking forward to it this
Yeah.
Saturday. I know we're gonna be there. Let's give everybody the time again. Where's
It's
my
December
flyer?
6th and 7th. On Saturday, it's from 12 to 8 p.m. On Sunday, the 7th, it's going to be 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Come on out because it's for the advancement, the recognition, the preservation of Tejano music, and the Totally Tejano Hall of Fame and Museum it's going live, baby.
That's right. And it's going to be at 1414 Fredericksburg Road there in San Antonio. So make sure you guys come out there if you guys want to enjoy the grand opening. Like I said, Tejano TV is going to be there. We're going to be out there. Myself and Slick Rick is going to be out there. We're going to be doing some interviews, some meet and greets, and you never know who you might see up on our screen there. We're going to be broadcasting live here on Tejano TV. So you guys tune in from noon. They're going to do the ribbon cutting, of course. So we're going to get to see that. And then we're going to move inside and have our setup there. And it's going to be an awesome time, man. Thank you. Thank you to Roger. Thank you to Humberto for the invite. We really do appreciate it. It's an honor to be out there. And we're ready. We're excited.
So one more time, it's 1414 Fredericksburg Road.
Yes.
If you go past Cool Crest Mini Golf, you've gone too far.
it's right
Right
next to
next
it.
door.
Right next to it. All right. Real quick. Real quick. Let's see who we have for next week's show. Real quick.
This week on the Three Amigos Show.
They're the new Tejano Country Artist of 2025. The Blaze Brothers have made their name known on all the Tejano charts. Single of the Year, New Male Artist of the Year, and Country Band of the Year. Be here on December 10th when the Three Amigos talk to the rising stars in Tejano music. The Blaze Brothers.
Right here on the Three Amigos Show.
All right, so next Wednesday will be our regular scheduled time. We'll have the Blaze Brothers with us, and that's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that one. But Willie the Kid, man, thank you so much, man. Appreciate your time.
You got it, Juan. Thank y'all for having us, and we look forward to seeing y'all. And D, we'll see you whenever we see you again. But Juan, we'll see you on Saturday, my brother.
Yes, sir. We'll be there. Big shout out going out to Big Roger going out to Big Roger. Big shout out going out to Roger Hernandez. We'll see you Saturday, and of course Humberto Lopez, one of the board members as well, K Alamo, and we'll see all you guys out there on Saturday. So, on behalf of Tejano TV, the Three Amigos Show, on behalf of Marcus too, who was busy watching the Cowboys game. So, I guess on behalf of him, go Cowboys, I guess. So, anyways, enjoy your weekend. We don't see you guys. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week right here on the Three Amigos Show. D, take us out.
Good
time. Anytime you need a payment. Good time. Anytime you need a friend.
Next time on the Three Amigos Show. They're the new Tejano Country Artist of 2025. The Blaze Brothers have made their name known on all the Tejano charts. Single of the Year, New Male Artist of the Year, Country Band of the Year. Be here on December 10th when the Three Amigos talk to the rising stars in Tejano music. The Blaze Brothers. That's next week, right here on the Three Amigos Show. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com, Hernandez Publishing, The Songwriter's Choice, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view The Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices. The Three Amigos Show. I'm rich, biatch!